No, what I'm saying is they already called him a weight bully. He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury.
I see it. So you can't say that he's not a Hall of Fame if he's beat world champions, you know.
And all this. When it comes to being great, it's not about just becoming undisputed. It's how you become undisputed.
Terence Crawford has shrugged off Errol Spence's call for a rematch, laughing at the idea while also questioning Spence's Hall of Fame status. Crawford pointed out that Spence has only competed in one weight class, unlike himself, who has become undisputed in multiple divisions. You can't make a Hall of Fame with just 147, Crawford stated, dismissing Spence's legacy.
Do you not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame?
Right now? No, how? He fought in one division. He had a WBC,
he didn't 5-4.
WBA.
He wasn't undisputed. He
no,
wasn't
no,
undisputed.
he wasn't. No, what I'm saying is they already called him a weight bully. He beat Kell Brook coming off of a loss, an eye injury. He beat Sean Porter.
In all fairness, he had to go over there to get that.
You know what I mean? That's a good win. I'm still a fan. I hope he do well. But like, once it got to the point where I moved up in weight and I'm in the same weight as Spence, it's just like, oh man, you ain't fighting nobody. You this, you that, you this, you that. So now they trying to blemish my accomplishment just to boost him up. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna do that because I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. Everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him. I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he didn't got right now.
Errol Spence has publicly challenged Terence Crawford to a rematch, making it clear that he's determined to get another shot. Spence insists that the rematch is still a real possibility and is eager to prove that he can make the necessary adjustments to defeat Crawford in a second fight.
Is there ever a possibility where you would rematch Errol Spence? Or is he in a position where he needs to win again before that makes sense for you?
The possibility is there.
Mm-hmm.
He's fighting for for his title. I'm fighting for a title. And there's the possibility. He win his fight, God willing. I win my fight, God willing. And there's your possibility right there.
Terence Crawford wasted no time shutting down Errol Spence's hopes for an immediate rematch. In response to Spence's call-out, Crawford bluntly tweeted, "Errol Spence Jr. Sorry, buddy. You gotta wait in line, sir." His message made it clear that he's focusing on other opponents first, meaning Spence will need to be patient.
Same question, but I want your reaction. Is the Errol Spence rematch on the table still, or?
Nah.
All right, we're gonna wrap that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Crawford's comments about Spence have sparked debate in the boxing community. Fans and analysts have been discussing whether it's appropriate for a champion of Crawford's stature to speak negatively about a fellow elite fighter. Some argue that trash talk is just part of the sport, while others believe it disrespects the ethics of boxing. Stephen Hops has defended Spence, saying it's unfair to dismiss his accomplishments. Spence has faced and beaten some of the best in his division, including a grueling match against Sean Porter. His record proves he's more than just a unified champion. He's an elite fighter who has taken on top-tier opponents. Ignoring his achievements is both misleading and disrespectful.
I don't agree because he's beat some notable names up there. You know, he beat Sean Porter, he beat Lamont Peterson,
Danny Garcia.
So you can't say that he's not a Hall of Fame if he's beat world champions, you know, and beat them like in a different way. So I don't agree with that answer right there that he said. I think he's a Hall of Fame. I feel like anybody who make it to that big stage and beat them big name champions is a Hall of Fame. He did something that nobody else got. So, you know.
Like technically, he's a three-time champ because he won 3 belts.
Yeah. He was unified. Wasn't he unified?
Yeah, he was unified. It was just one. He was one away.
So you can't say a person is not a Hall of Famer if he's unified. Once you unified, you made them I feel like once you become a world champion, you made them history books.
Yeah, once you become a world champion, you make the history books, of course. But I think
unified is Hall of Fame.
You think so?
Yeah.
Guaranteed?
Yeah, because you got all the belts.
Since his dominant win over Spence, Crawford has been widely celebrated for his skills. However, his recent comments have upset some fans. Many believe a fighter of his level should show more respect, especially towards someone like Spence, who has built an impressive career. Ray Jackson voices frustration by sharing a post saying, "Terence Crawford said this back in January about his boxing fans. Now he's the one being disrespectful to Errol Spence. You can't make this up. This tweet reflects the disappointment some fans feel about Crawford's attitude. Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult also weighed in, pointing out that while Crawford earned massive respect for his dominant performance, his recent comments have caused some to see him in a different light. Showbiz noted that fans originally rallied behind Crawford because of his incredible skills, but now, some are reconsidering their support due to his lack of sportsmanship.
I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't.
Not think Spence will be in the Hall of Fame.
Right now? No, how?
Then Bud, what you do? Cause Bud, Errol is your one, and you just shitted on him. I remember you dissing me on X because you want and deserve respect, and all of us are here to give it to you. But when you go shitting on another fantastic fighter who happens to be the marquee opponent on your resume, then brother, people are going to start flipping tables and they're going to start looking at you. Bottom line, Errol Spence is great and you whipped his ass. Sean Porter is great and you whipped that ass. And what you're daring to do to take on Canelo Alvarez is beyond great. Now it's crazy. Good shit.
A major point of discussion following Crawford's remarks is the strength of Spence's opponents compared to those Crawford has fought. Some believe Spence had a tougher path to success, battling elite competition throughout his career. According to some boxing experts, becoming undisputed isn't just about collecting belts. It's about proving yourself against the best in the division.
When I said that Terence Crawford, his accomplishments aren't great enough, you have people jumping in my comments talking about two-time undisputed and all this shit. When it comes to being great, it's not about just becoming undisputed. It's how you become undisputed, how you become champion, who you face. Because hell, Devin Haney fought Kambosos to become undisputed in one swoop. What? That makes him as great as Ali? Hell no. So if you say that Errol Spence isn't a Hall of Famer, bud, we start looking at y'all. Let's talk about Spence. He got the belts and unified, but who did he take the belts from and what did he try to do with you? Spence's road that you're shitting on is more violent than yours.
Terence Crawford recently spoke about the rematch clause in his contract with Spence, confirming that a second fight is possible. However, he hasn't yet decided on his next move. Many fans are eager to see if Spence will get a chance to redeem himself. Given how dominant Crawford was in their first encounter, a rematch could be Spence's opportunity to show that he can adjust and come back stronger.
I haven't heard anything yet, and like I said before, it's in the contract, so it's not if I'm open to it or not. It's, you know, what's in the contract, and Errol gave me an opportunity and a shot at becoming the first male boxer undisputed, you know, in any division in a 4-belt era, and I honor, you know, that. And if he was to come to me or activate his rematch, then I honor it.
Mosley has given his opinion on the rematch, stating that he believes Crawford would win again, no matter how much Spence improves. He suggested that Spence should consider avoiding the rematch for now and focus on rebuilding his career instead.
Like, yeah, you know, he's ready. Right when I seen that, I said Crawford wins. His movement, everything was, he wins. It doesn't matter if Spence was not strong or strong. He had more of the stuff to win that fight. And Crawford is a game player. He's gonna come. He coming to win. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I still say Crawford anyway, but I feel bad that we didn't see the true Spence fight Crawford. If that makes any sense. I just think that Crawford has more rhythm, more movement, more stuff. And not just having more movement, more stuff, he has the power and everything just to be one of those great fighters. He has everything. And if you have Spence is not one-dimensional, but he's, in that fight, he was really one-dimensional, really stiff. And if they looked like they had really a lot of problems trying to get down to his weight, didn't have enough time to work on stuff they need to work on to, attack Crawford or to do anything to Crawford. And then when they got in the ring, he was so weak. I mean, Crawford dropping him with right jabs. We're like, dang, Bullet just dropping him.
Crawford's trainer, Brian Bomac McIntyre, has echoed Mosley's thoughts, predicting that if a rematch happens, the result will be the same. Bomac emphasized that Crawford's dominant performance in the first fight was no accident. He believed the outcome would be no different the second time around.
Has he exercised his immediate rematch clause?
I don't know if it's gonna be at 54 or 47, but I'm sure he probably gonna push the weight up. But there's no gonna be no change in the decision. The performance still is gonna be the same. It might be even a little bit better. So he might want to watch out before he activate the rematch clause.
Despite his loss, Spence remains determined to get another shot at Crawford. He has argued that if Crawford is willing to fight Canelo Alvarez, then he should also be willing to give him a rematch. Spence is confident that, with the right adjustments, he can put on.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So, I'm with it. So, I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going for Crawford. I think if anybody can pull it off, he can pull it off.
Yeah.
He's chasing greatness, so why not? Canelo came up to 175 and that, and fought Kovalev and fought the other guy too. So I mean, if he can do it, and he started at 147. So I mean, if he's doing it, why can't Crawford do it?
A matter of fact, let me make a plea over the international digital airwaves of YouTube. Let me make a plea right now to Terence Crawford. I understand you just beat him. You beat him thoroughly. You're the undisputed welterweight champion of the world, the WBO, the WBA, the WBC, the IBF titles, but you hugged him after the fight for a reason. I am making a plea to Terence Crawford. Even if you elect to give Errol Spence Jr. a rematch, please do not do this for at least a year. Please don't do that. Y'all are cool with one another. I'm begging you, my brother. I'm begging you. Because I know you got love, and I'm begging Errol Spence Jr., as good as you are, you were just outclassed. I say that respectfully because I got mad respect for Errol Spence Jr. Please, please do not fight Errol Spence Jr.